My viewer, welcome to Desert Channel Explorers. We are very grateful that you have been watching us. We are very grateful. Today, because of public demand, people have demanded that we bring the first person in the wilderness in English version, and we decided to look for him so that he can explain how he came half a century in the wilderness. He will tell us how he lives, how he managed to live in this wilderness of Africa village in Africa. This very dry desert in the wilderness of Africa. So we are welcoming you. Welcome. So welcome.
Thank you, Desert Channel Explorers. You know I'm the first man who lived in the wilderness. You can't find me, and you have called me light in my ways of work, light in the wilderness. Today, all I'm doing is to search honey. And the honey I'm searching is because of money and of personal use. You know, this honey, we use honey to make medicines. We sell them. This is one part of income making while we're in the wilderness. This honey, we call it the honey bee. The honey bee. This is where we get it. You know, when we dig here, we use just but a glass, just a little glass that shows the direction where the hole goes into. So, when we find where it comes from, we just search a glass and put it into that hole. So after digging, we dig the hole, we put the glass there. After the glass reaches the end, we start digging. There's a pipe that's come right from the ground to where the pot, where the honey is made. So once we reach the end of the glass, you place it more down till you reach the pot. After you reach the pot, you unearth the pot, you collect all the pot with the honey, then you go with the honey. You leave the bee there, and then you go with the honey. Honey is a bit costly, and that is one part of living in the wilderness. After we get the honey, we always have something else we call medicine making. So we go searching for herbs. So today I've met me searching for herbs, and these herbs are the herbs that we use to make some types of medication. So if we are suffering from ulcers, there is this kind of plant that was coming to search here. This one, that is it. It is a plant that grows on top of other trees. So we call it in English a saprophyte. This is actually what we collect, and after collecting it, we add honey into it and some other herbs. After you drink 3-4 glasses, all your ulcers are gone. So this is actually what we do. So when we come searching for honey, we don't only search for honey just because we need to get direct money from the honey, and we doesn't want to do the honey. So there are many ways of actually using this honey. Actually, after using the herbs, there are many herbs. This is what we call one of the herbs. Then we have this other one, right in here. We call it the kiruma. So after we get it, we collect its branches and that one. Then we find another tree that is just around here. We dig its roots, we add all together, then we have the medication of ulcers. That's what we do with honey. The uses of honey are just too many. And that's why when we live in the wilderness, we must search ways of living. And that's when we discovered that there's honey in the ground, underground. And that's why you find, when we don't have a lot of work, when it is dry, the way the dryness is now, it's very dry. So, very dry. It's very dry. You can see the dryness of the forest.
And the people are asking how you came here, how you dared to come in the wilderness.
Well, the hombre, a feeling that I was living in the village and I had no land. Once I achieved this land, I found it worth come and deal with it, just because living in the village is not a good thing. So you better live where it belongs to you than living in the village. There's a lot of challenges. Here I get food easily, just because I do cultivate, I do get this honey, I do sell firewood, many other things. So life here is more bearable than living in a town or living in a village where people are crowded and you got no other sources of income, not unless you get employed or you go doing something else. Here we don't even search for employment. We are self-employed. Yeah, because when I get such honey, I may get some 10 kilos of honey from that hole you are seeing me digging. And a kilo of honey is about 800 to 900, 1,000, depending on who is buying it. So when I get 10 kilos, I believe I'll add 10,000 and I can get 2 holes per day. So I can make about 20,000 in a very short time. So that's how we do survive in the wilderness. So if you come around and when you come around and see what we do, we have got so many types, different trees here. And all these trees are good for herbal medicine. So we don't even go to hospital just because we came here where hospitals are not there. So we used to survive that in humble type of a way. So we used to discover so many roots, trees that actually can be medicate. So we found this kind of thing. We found the place a bit habitable, and we have been living in it, and we have been staying in it, and for sure, that's how we survive in the wilderness. Apart from grazing, just because we have got cows, we also do a bit of fishing. We do a bit of fish laying, and of course, I've got a dam up there that I'll go and I'll show my viewers the dam that we use to store fish. So there's a lot of fish there. So we have got some sources of income around here. We dig, we cultivate, we sell milk, we lay fish, we find honey, we sell wood. So living in the wilderness, we found it a bit. Even I can welcome people to come and see what we do in the wilderness, just because they will feel more comfortable to have a piece of land here. And once you are in a holiday, you come and share with us what we do, just because it will be fun to you and you'll like it. First and foremost, we are welcoming each and everybody to come to the wilderness and see the life that we live around. So there are many other things that I can tell you. There are many other things that we can discover in the wilderness. And for sure, if you can only be able to visit us in the wilderness, in fact, I believe your people also love to live in the wilderness. You never like to see these big buildings in towns and something of that nature. So that is what we have been doing. And for sure, we'll also get ahead and do other things. There's another plant here. This one here, that is down here. This one, it is more like a vein, more or less like a vein. And this one, we add with some other herbs to make the malaria medicine. There's another one we call the Wajiro Wakeni. That's why we call this first Kenny.
In your local language?
In our local language. When you get the Wajiro Wakeni, just because we don't know how to translate it in English, we add this one and some other roots we get the malaria cure. So once you drink it, plus the Wajiro Wakiani, all your malaria goes. Because some other that we treat pneumonia with. So when we are here, we have been living a life that is cheaper and more bearable than living in town. Now, my viewers, we are going to see the dam that I have actually been digging for quite a long time, and I have drained water, lane water to it, and I use it for layering fish. So now where we are going is where the dam is, so that you may see how the fish is jumping and the water that is in that dam. I also use it for simple cultivation of my food. So that's where we are going. And for sure, as per village there, I think my viewers will be able to see it. So let's go there. All those who love the first man who alive in the wilderness 50 years ago. Now this is the work we have done, and for sure, this is just but an income. Now this is the dam that I have dug, and this is the water I've drained from this water. I have drained from rainwater, and this is where the fish are. In fact, this is the source of income that keeps us alive in the wilderness. I think the dam is big enough. It holds allowed 10,000 fish once dropped in. And for sure, it takes about 6 months to mature. So I believe this is an income that I have been getting, and for sure, that's how we survive in the wilderness. Apart from this, the fish layer, I told you that we cultivate, we got goats, we have got cows, and for sure, we make the life a bit habitable and a bit livable. For my dear viewers, I believe now you will subscribe. You're right to see how people in the wilderness live, just because you have asked for seeing what the first man in the wilderness has been doing for all those 50 years. In fact, that is all I can tell you. And for sure, you can subscribe, like it, and keep watching our videos. We are going to bring you more. Thank you very much.
And what about, how was the environment when you were coming?
The environment was a bit tough, and still we are trying just to make it more habitable, just because the tougher it becomes, the tough gets going. So when we found it tough, the tough gets going. And when the going gets tough, the tough gets going. That's now what we are trying to do. Yes.
And the animals, were there so many animals?
There were so many animals, elephants and whatever. In fact, these are the ones that were giving us headache. But since the Conservancy, the Albajara Conservancy actually blocked the animals inside wherever they are, just because they are just too near to us. Now we don't have a lot of problems with animals, and for sure, life is bearable just because if we plant, wait. Yes. But there's sometimes we are having problems with monkeys, elephants, giraffes, and even buffaloes. All these animals, lions, elephants, were always here.
What about
hyenas?
What about the shopping center? Where did you go to buy your goods?
Very far.
Yeah.
Many kilometers from here.
Yeah.
In fact, if you don't purchase your weekly, whatever, I believe you cannot afford to be going to the market daily. Yeah, because it's about 10 to 15 kilometers away from where we are. So if my viewers want to see our shopping center and the kilometers it belongs to, I will get time to make them see where our shopping centers are and how we have progressed since we arrived in the wilderness 50 years ago.
They call you 001 in the wilderness.
They call me 001 in the wilderness.
IDEX 001.
IDEX 001 just because I arrived here February 2nd, 1981.
Yeah.
Almost. I do remember even the date.
Almost 50 years.
In fact, I was actually very fresh from my A-levels.
Yeah.
I was very fresh from school. And surely That's when I arrived to this place.
And you dared to be the first person.
Man to live in the wilderness.
So you have a lot of courage.
So others have joined us.
Yeah. You even fought the local tribe, the pastoralist tribe that used to steal your livestock and eat your food.
Today,
Yeah.
let us reach there because of time.
Yeah.
You know, you made me working.
Yeah.
And surely enough, I won't just go back to my work. And for sure, I'll give you some other time when time will come along so that you'll keep seeing it. So tell our viewers to watch.
Watch and continue watching your videos.
Like us. Thank you very much for that.
Yeah.
Bye.